I live in Jerusalem. I wasn't allowed to reach the church in Jerusalem.
The only thing that I would like to achieve is to go and sleep in my mother's place.
They damaged some of our lands by bulldozers of Caterpillar.
We go in peaceful demonstrations, and they keep attacking us, and sometimes they shoot.
The roads are set up in a way where we're not allowed to go on certain roads the Israelis are allowed to go on.
Every day I have to face more than one checkpoint in order to reach my university.
My colleagues, my friends, they come from Hebron, Bethlehem, and from the north, Jenin and Nablus. And on their way to the university, they face checkpoints. And some of them have to come late to the lecture, and the others can make it and come on time. There's no stability. They come with tension in the morning. They wish if they can come freely like other students around the world.
It takes me a long time to get in here. It's about an hour whenever there's a checkpoint. So they ask us to get down of the cab and to check us, and then we are really humiliated while they are checking us. So, and then to get in here, and I'm late to my lecture.
How long does it take you to get to college?
It takes me 20 minutes if there's no checkpoint. And if there is a checkpoint, it takes me over an hour and a half.
Every day I come from Jerusalem to my university. It takes me around 2 to 3 hours to come and to go back. The road is supposed to take 15 minutes without the wall and the checkpoints.
I have an easier way. I can just go jump over the wall.
It's not easy to go from city to city under the occupation because there's the wall in between, and then the checkpoints where soldiers search you and they open your bag every day, invade your privacy, and go through your stuff.
Like the worst situation in my point of view is once I went to Abu Dis, and you can see Jerusalem like as if you can touch it, but the wall, that's the only thing that separates you from the Aqsa. It was, to me, like heartbreaking to be able to see it but not be able to get there.
As a Christian Palestinian girl, the occupation doesn't allow us to go and pray. For example, this Easter in 2013, we were not allowed to reach the church. There were closures. And when we asked to go and to reach the church, some of the people which were with us were beaten up, and one of our friends were taken aside.
I've never went to Haifa and Jaffa, which are the places that we can't go without permits. I've never visited the beach, for example.
I never see the sea. My dream. This is my dream.
Do you have permission to visit Jerusalem or the beach or Jaffa?
Only with something called tasriyah, which is like a permit. But they rarely give that. Only if you're like, you need to go to a hospital or something, they'll give it to you. And even then, I've had family members that needed to go to the hospital for medical reasons, and they would not give it to them. Even me as a citizen, a United States citizen, which is, the United States is an ally of Israel, when I show them my passport, they don't look at me as an American. They see me as a Palestinian, and they ask for my Palestinian passport.
I'm living at Bethlehem City, and my father, he's from Haifa, and he has the blue ID, and my mom from Ramallah, she has the green ID, and as for me and my sisters and brothers has the green ID. So we are suffering from this case a lot, because we cannot visit our father a lot, and he can't come here and lose his job to see us. I see him maybe in 2 weeks or 3 weeks.
My father has a green ID, and he's living in Bethlehem, but my mother has the blue ID, and she has to live in Jerusalem. So I am living with my father, as well as my older sisters and brother. And I don't have a permit to visit my mother, only a week each 3 months. And I don't have to go and sleep with her because it's forbidden.
Our main income comes from our land, and we used to have lots of lands around us, but the soldiers, the Israeli soldiers, confiscated some and damaged some by some of what does it mean? Bulldozers.
My father has a land. Our income depends on our land. Israelis uses bulldozer of a Caterpillar company in order to damage our land. Our land full of vegetables and fruit, such as olive tree and others. Today we lose our land. In fact, we need it, but Israelis deprived us from it.
Today in Jerusalem, there are a lot of settlements. These settlements are growing rapidly and taking the lands and in huge numbers. And on the Arab side, if a Palestinian or an Arab person wants to build even one floor, he have to go through a long procedure, and it is really hard to build even one floor. And if you build it without their approval, they will take it down. They use many methods to destroy the homes. They use caterpillars, they use bombs, they use many different ways, and that is really hard. Our neighbor's home was taken down, and there's a threat on our house, and that's really uncomfortable to live in a house where every day maybe you can wake up in the morning on the cops taking you from your house and destroying your house.
Sometimes they come and check our houses, especially my house that we live very close to a settlement. Settlers come and they attack us, and soldiers come and they search our houses for nothing. And once they arrested my brother, who was a student at college too, and he missed 2 years of college, and when he came back he had to take them all over again. And he wasn't the same after prison. One day we went on a peaceful demonstration. Me and a lot of my colleagues in college, my friends, and we didn't even throw a stone. And they hit us with gas bombs. Gas bombs, they're bombs that give out smoke, and it hurts your eyes and your nose, and your throat starts to burn. And it stays like that for hours. Some people even faint. Anyway, so we went and they started hitting us with gas bombs and the rubber bullets, which have iron in them. A lot of people went to the hospital that day.
Plastic bullets. Well, it's not really plastic. It's a rubber covering an iron metal bullets inside, and the places they aim at, like the face, the eyes, the head, which really causes too much pain and a huge effect.
Once I gave my American passport to an Israeli soldier, and he threw it and stepped on it. And I took that very offensively, because my country, my taxes, my father's taxes that go to the United States, who gives aid and military aid to the Israeli forces, in the end, he's stepping on the same country that helps his country.
These companies who profit from the Israeli occupation and who help the Israeli occupation to buy military weapons and to buy bullets. These bullets and weapons are used against us, the students, in our daily lives.
Thanks to students for divesting the company of Caterpillar, that all of this money is leading to damaging our homes and our land.
I'd like to thank the students that are helping us and supporting us, because you have no idea how much your support for the occupation really affects innocent people. And you're also affecting your own fellow citizens like us. There are a lot of Americans. After the Israeli occupation back in the '67 war, it was almost a diaspora of Palestinians. So there are Palestinians all over the world. And you really have to think about and first understand the situation and really think about how you're affecting these people's lives.
It's a justice case, and they can help us. The best they can provide us with is to boycott these companies, not to deal with them, not to buy from their products. I'm sure there are alternatives to buy and to deal with, and we will welcome this step with pleasure. Thank you.
We fight every day for our lives to only get education. And sometimes we think that it's not worth it. Sometimes we lose hope. But you just get up and stand again and say, no, we're strong enough to fight you. We're strong enough to fight for our education. Because what is more worth to fight for than a land and a right to be free and to live?